Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham latest news and update show, the WREXfast Club, for Tuesday, April 15th. Is this tax day? Is it tax day today? Shit, it might be. I don't know. But anyways, yes, we are. It's live. We're doing a Tuesday show. Got a breakdown. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it says Parkinson wants an historic promotion. You know, not a lot of news going around. But I'll tell you this, there is a lot of talk about us, going up and when's it going to happen, all that stuff, which is going to be fantastic. And I still believe we're going to do it. But there's a lot that I think there is more pressure than we realize. But I think the confidence of Parkinson and what he wants to do and how we're going to get this done is right there. It's in our hands. It is actually in our hands. And we're going to control our destiny too, because Wrexham, we're not going to Rex this up. We're not going to do it. But we had a couple articles here that I want to talk about. Playoff spot, not enough for Phil Parkinson. And I want to talk about that because I think this was always the plan. Once it started coming to fruition, if you build it, they will come. Anyways, thank you for coming in. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already. 2030, we are there. Possibility, can we get to 3,000 by the end of the season? Can we do it? Because, can we do it? We can. I don't know. Maybe we can. We could. You put it out there. Why not do it? Let's get to 3,000 by the end of the season. But it's all about this fantastic community. And a big shout out to Greg. Also a big shout out to producer Ann and everyone on the show that has helped out. Patty, Aaron, Ken, all the stuff. But they're getting it there. And also Rousey's Wrexham Roundup put the word out to got us over 2,000. So thank you. Go watch. He's had a new 15-minute show out, which I thought was pretty cool. So there we go. Steve Barton's in the house. What's going on? Gifted 5 Local Pundit Wrexham AC podcast memberships. Sorry, someone is messy. Yeah, I can do that. Can I play the promo? I can. I'll figure that out. Producers are in the background say, play the promo. If you haven't noticed, by the way, I'm getting off topic, but I'll do that because that's what we can do here. Is that we have tomorrow. We have tomorrow the drop of the first 30 minutes of the Brian Swarberg interview that we did last Friday at More Better Studios, which was fantastic. More Better Production Studios, which is great, in their offices. And if I can find a way to get this up to show everybody, I will do it. Let me just touch buttons. You know what? Bear with me. I'm going to touch some buttons here. I'm going to do it. Because I can. You want to know why? Because you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. Stop screen. There we go. Do that. Yes, here is a little teaser that we put up that I can figure out. I swear I can figure this out. Or maybe I can't. Can I not figure this out? All right, I'll figure it out. Bear with me. Share video file? Maybe. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got it. Done. There we go.
But to be the man, You gotta beat the man. Woo!
There we go. Okay, that's I missed the last part of it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I screwed that whole thing up. But that is a little preview for tomorrow, what we're going to be doing. We are dropping our first 30 minutes of the Brian Swarberg interview for More Better Productions, producer of Welcome to Wrexham. We get into all things football, but it's going to be a 3-parter there. Awesome there, too. So thank you for that. I totally screwed that. That is intense. We went full intense mode right there. We went full all in because it's the end of the season, Sarah. And we got to go for it. What's going on, Marie from SoCal? How are you? And Leap and Sarah also says anything's possible for 3,000. Let's go for 3,000 by the end of the season. But and Aaron also says just a couple weeks. Yeah, we can do that. And Steve Barton, legend, absolute legend. Should we get into the football? I think we should. Okay, so 4 games left to go. All right, 4 games left to go. It's in our hands. It's in our hands. We are sitting in second place with 1. We're up 1 point. In the table, which I'm going to bring up. Yes, I do touch buttons faster than anyone else in the business here. There we go. So you can see right there, we are in second place, but we are 1 more better than 81. 82 is over 81. So if we win out, we will be okay. Now, will we win out? Probably not. Could we win out? We could. But Wycombe Wanderers also play Charlton Athletic. Wycombe Wanderers have a tough run-in. We can't rely on them. We got to rely on ourselves. And I say that because the interview that Parkinson said that I want to highlight right now, the playoff spot is not enough because I think this is always what we want to do. Steve Barton just gifted 10 local pundit memberships. Absolute legend of the chat. You're a goddamn legend. You're a good dude. Awesome. So within this interview, Phil Parkinson is not content with a place in the end of the season playoffs, and he wants Wrexham to finish the job off by clinching automatic promotion in League One. Now, was this the goal of all time that he wanted to do? I think it was the ambitious goal. I think maybe the playoffs were what they were looking at, but then when it started to make sense, Parkinson's mindset was like, okay, we're going to do this. That's why we brought in J-Rod. That's why we brought in Smitty. That's why we brought in the hell's the guy who's in the middle of the name? I can't even think of his name. Longman. That's how we also brought in James in the middle as well. So, but you think about that, Matty James. You think about that. I think this evolved. I think we talked about the calluses and the things that we did all through the season. This was an evolution season where it's like, we are not going to get this opportunity again. Let's go for it. And we're in this position. So what does he think about this? Parkinson, I'm going to bring this down because it's not that sexy to look at that. So Wrexham might be guaranteed a top 6 spot, but Parkinson wants more than a playoff spot in the quest for historical third successes promotion. No one's done this. Nobody's done this. And there is a magic happening behind the scenes on the pitch. And the evolution is, we've had players that will have statues, but we have players that are now cementing their place in the team, cementing their place in history. And they're writing the script of the story. And Parkinson said, you got to look at these teams who will miss out on the playoffs this season in this division. Some big clubs who have been building their clubs for years and years. But for us to guarantee the playoffs, we're obviously pleased. But we want more, says the Red. And I think that is what Rob McElhenney has said in what he wanted to do. He's like, well, why not push? Why not go more? Humphrey Carr was talking about, at the beginning of the season, talking about consolidation. Well, I don't know, Rob or Ryan personally, but hearing Rob say some of the things that he has said, push for more. That's what he's done his entire career. I've followed his career and having the conversation with Brian, he confirmed it. It's like, always like, okay, that's why it's more better. Do it, but do it more better. That's good, but do it more better. So with this third consecutive promotion, okay, this is good, but let's do it more better. Let's get that third promotion. 2 is great, but 3 is better. So that's why I think that we're going to go for this. And that's why I think the mentality, what Parkinson is saying here is like, yeah, there's no points for second place, but yes, there's a promotion for second place. Sorry, this is my neighbor. The kitty update is happening right there. We did save 5 kitties yesterday. Still working on the mom. So my neighbor's calling me. I'll hold that off. I'll call him in a second. Actually, oh wait, we're live. We're live here. Okay, but back to the article here. He said, we got a great chance to go up, says Parkinson. It's going to be tight, as we know it. It's squeaky bum time. It has been. This has been tournament mode right now. It is win or go home at this point for the last 10 games, I would say. Win or go home, because Wycombe have been pushing us. And it's funny because, you thought we would be chasing Birmingham City. Birmingham City have had a majestic league season. Yes, they lost on the weekend to Posh, and congratulations to Posh and all their supporters. But Birmingham City have had a majestic season where they've managed this season well enough. They've spent the money. They're going up. They're going to be in the championship. So, but the teams that have been pushing us, not only ourselves, have been Charlton, have been Wycombe, have been Stockport, all those teams, Reading, everyone's going on a run. But then at the end of the day, we've been here before. We've seen this happen. Notts County pushed us all the way to the limits to get out of the National League. So we've done this before. But now with our experience, I think that we can do this. Here we go. More better. Parkinson goes on to say, Wycombe have had a good week, and they have. Trust me. We've always like, when they're going to drop points. Now, I don't have Patty in the stat out here. Patty's stat, I messaged him. I don't know if he's in the chat, but I don't know if he has this updated stats, which we probably can get to later on in the week. But the Stato looks at, what things look like, what we were supposed to drop. If I say XG, I'm going to red card myself, but things like that. But you look at it, things have adjusted. Wycombe did have a good week. But there's a little bit out of pressure without the ball. I think there's he said Wycombe have had a good week. So I missed the last thing here. Last Saturday, the shoe was on the other foot. We won and they got beat. This is what Parkinson said. Sorry about that. I was misreading the quote. But there's always twists and turns. Now, things can turn. I think Ken, with all his great might and intelligence and great hair, he had said yesterday, he's like, it could turn on a dime with these 2 games on the weekend versus Bristol Rovers and Bolton and Wickham having their run in as well. I'm not sure who they play. Someone please put in the chat who Wickham play on this weekend, if you could do for me while I finish out this, and I'll talk about that. But things could turn this weekend. They really could. And I think Parkinson knows that. That's why I think, he was pissed off this against what happened at Wigan, not getting shots on goal. But he knows that it can change on a dime. As long as we take care of our business, we can take care of it. So they play Bolton and Charlton. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. And Jar McAvoy. Jar McAvoy got there too. And Bolton and Charlton. This could change on a dime this weekend. I say on a dime, but it's a figure of speech. It can change like that. And I think Parkinson knows that. That's the experience that he has right there. So he says every season the same. We keep cool heads, and there's a bit of added pressure without the ball. But I think in general we did good on Saturday. Well, did we do good on Saturday? I mean, we didn't lose, okay, but it felt like a loss. I'll tell you, when Wickham put the ball in the back of the net, like the 91st minute. He said it was just. He said it was talking about the game, going back to the Wigan game. It was just the ball in that period in the first half. Second half, we had some really good spells, but couldn't find the moment to give us the win. Now he's looking for moments. Parkinson has a style. This is it. He has a style of play, and it does work. And we didn't have those moments. And he's right. And you know what? I'm betting on Parkinson to get us those moments for the next 4 games so we can get promoted. Wrexham will continue the promotion push against relegation-threatened Bristol Rovers on Friday before heading to Blackpool, Steve Bruce's side, who have an outside chance of securing a playoff spot next Monday for the second part of the Easter doubleheader. Now, this is a big weekend going into it. But I'll tell you right now, we will not be resting on our laurels. And we talk about being on the beach, Blackpool on the beach, Bristol Rovers on the beach, this person's on the beach, that team's on the beach. We can't take that for granted. We cannot. And I think what we have done and what we've shown of the mentality of the squad and the manager and the owners, I'm specifically calling out Rob, because always do it more better. I think that will we win out? Probably not. Can we win out? Yes, we can. Do we need a little bit of help for a little bit of breathing room? Maybe we do. I thought it'd be Blackpool. I don't know. Maybe Wickham drop both games this weekend. Maybe they do. Maybe Wickham lose both games against Bolton and against Charlton. I don't know. Well, we shall see. Steve Barton with another 5 local pundit memberships. Absolute legend for the Wrexham AFC podcast. I appreciate you. Ted Nelson, afternoon all. What do you think is going to happen this weekend, everyone? What do you think is going to happen on Friday? What do you think is going to happen on Monday? What do you think? Do you think that Parkinson's going to be brave, or think we're going to go and change 11? What do you think the results are going to look like? Who's the threat to all of you? Who do you think? Is it the threat more on ourselves, or do you think the threat is outside? With the Wickham or the Charltons, have we been able to temper those concerns? But it's not over. We said yesterday, it ain't over. It's all in our hands. And fact of the matter is, Parkinson wants this. Parkin wants this. Everybody wants this, other than people that don't like Wrexham. But we want this, and we can take it. And I know we can. We just have to go out and do our jobs. Next man up. I'm not a Red Sox supporter. I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm not a Yankees fan. But I'll tell you this: they had a next man up mentality, and they did that, and that's where I think it was 2000. Whenever they beat the Yanks, 2004, I believe it was. I think 2004. Yeah. But yeah, next man up mentality. But right now, it's win or go home. It's win or go home. And they talked about the dreaded Parkinson getting the manager of the month award in March. And you know what? Those things are. I understand why they're out there too. But it's like, I don't know. I do we really believe in curses like that? No. AO's got 17 clean sheets or whatever it is. So I believe in that too. Dr. J, good results in the first half of the season, pushed them to reach the January window, I think. Yes. And Leap and Sarah says, yay for the Kitties. Let's go, Josh. And Bolton Charlton for Wickham, and then we're against Charlton the week after. Yeah, I think Charlton's going to be that game. And yes, please hit that like button. Hi, Glenda, how are you? Brian Loop's in the house as well. If it's going to be tight, I have faith that we are going to go up. I have zero faith in Bolton. Kim, you went just flat out. You have zero faith in Bolton. Why is that, Kim? Let's talk about it. Friday we win. Wickham draws. Monday we draw. Wickham loses. Not done, but close. Yeah, it's going to be squeaky bum time. Who? I think you're a dermatologist. Is that correct? Dr. J is a dermatologist, not the plastic surgeon. David Hilditch. Charlton is a massive threat. If you drop points at the weekend and Charlton win both, our second last game of the season is scary versus Charlton. Yes. Do we want the pressure? Can we succumb? Will we succumb to the pressure? Or will we embrace it? Will we get into that warm bath of that pressure and go and kick ass? We're at the Stoke Carras this weekend, and I believe that this might be that game. I know we keep saying it. What's that game? Where we show up and show out. Yeah, where we show up and show out. This could be that game. Michael Wolf, what's going on, TLP? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. I believe you will be getting a tattoo at the end of the season. Yes, probably. And Wayne's in the house. What's going on, Wayne? Good morning. How are you? I think you're up. Probably getting ready for work as well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Sean Deasy, what's going on? Sean, you're not a member? What the hell's going on here? We're the biggest threat to ourselves right now. Gotta get all the points. Yes, Sean Deasy. Sean Deasy, where are you watching from? And I like the Lion. Aaron, who is Father of the Year. We're trying to get him on a little bit more. I know he's got some commitments with the fam, but family first. I always say that, but good to see you in the chat, my friend. He's probably hanging upside down right now, just welding or something like that on his job. With Bristol Rovers in the relegation zone now, they'll be fighting to survive. Could be the tougher game that it looks. I agree with that, Aaron. I totally agree with that. But we should win this game. We should. Although our Achilles heel has been like 17 and under, 17 and down. That is our Achilles heel. So you never know. But shit, man, let's go and just kick some ass. Nikki D's in the house. What's going on, brother? Free Pug Show says we are our own best chance and biggest threat, as we just need to get it done. I think they'll take advantage of our chances. That's actually a good shout right there, Free Pug Show. He said we are our own best chance and our biggest threat to ourselves. So it's like it's such you're saying it's in our own hands, but that's a great way to put it. I actually think that's a great way to put it. And correct. There you go. I need a little right here, Dr. J, right here. Got to get this age down. Look at, I know look at you got all this stuff. You get everything on the local pundit. You do. First on TGP, yes. Oh yeah, the Global Pundit. If you're not subscribed to the Global Pundit, get ready. Lots to do on there too. And Sean D's in Tacoma, Washington. My membership has expired. Okay, well, Steve, Jesus Christ. Oh God. Barton just went full 6 to midnight right there with 20 local pundit Wrexham AFC memberships. Absolute legend. And Chara McAvoy got one. Thank you, Steve. There you go. There you go. I appreciate it. Absolute Steve, thank you very much. And get them while they're hot. Everyone thank Barton in the chat. He's such a good dude. He's not my father, I promise you that, but he's not. But he's a good dude. Aaron is saying Aaron is probably hanging out outside while he's coaching his kid's soccer team. He is. His kid's an absolute legend. His kid's going to be a baller for sure. Bristol refuses to win on the road, but a draw is devastating for Wrexham anyway. We're not gonna draw. We're gonna win this game, Kim, and we'll do the build-up show for sure. We're gonna do a build-up show. Josh, you still have that Tom Brady jaw? No, I don't. No, I didn't. No, I don't. I definitely don't. But Nick, I'll take it, my friend. And I can see danger. Josh, have a 2-week holiday in Turkey. Yes. Oh, you're talking about the hairline? Yeah. Talk about the hairline. I mean, why not? Whatever. 45, got the best. Producer Ann thinks it's okay, but Turkey's good. Thank you. Good to see you, North Wales. I'll be with North Wales next week, by the way, and we'll be going to the Charlton and the Lincoln games together. We're trying to plan out what's going to happen, but we'll be there. We'll be in Wrexham. I said I still need to get. Okay, what else is going on? Not a lot happening out there. I could open the show up, but I just want to see what else is happening out there. Another one out, informational, kind of whatever the hell. This is all just filling up space and void. But we'll talk about it because it happened right here too. EFL Chief Trevor Birch on Wrexham Impact and Promotion Quest. This is a yesterday one. He just said, basically, this is he said. spoke on Sky Sports about Wrexham being in the EFL. It would be a great achievement. Their exposure, what they are getting, is great for the EFL as well. Obviously, they are big news back in America. Yep. And it can only be a positive thing for the EFL. Wrexham are currently in second. So this is kind of a filler right here. Talking about the Welcome to Wrexham documentary too. I want to see this again. I might, oh my God, if it's at Lincoln and we're there, we have 2 ticks to Lincoln. Oh my days. I'll be on the pitch. I'll live stream on the pitch if we rush the pitch. I'll be there for sure. It'll be me and producer Greg will be on there stumbling over each other. And we'll see how it's going. But yeah, there you go. Barton says, all are welcome. Computer is priceless. Absolutely. It's such a good dude. Kelly Davison is here. You joked one time about wanting to get the Tom Brady jawline because it was fake. Sorry, it was just a dumb joke. No, it's a good joke. He went and got the jawline. Him and who's the guy from Good Will Hunting? Yeah, I can't think today. The Good Will Hunting guy. Yeah. There you go. All right, what else we got going on here? Not much in the news, as I said, but there was one that I did see that I wanted to talk about briefly. Let me see here. Where is it? Billy Foy. Okay, Billy Foy is reviewing the promo. That's nice. One thing I want to get to. Okay, this was the BBC Sport of Wales saying Wrexham are in control of their own destiny with just 4 games remaining. Will they secure a third successive promotion? So this has been an article that they have here that I wanted to get to. That's right. I have it up here. I'll do that. Ben Affleck, thank you very much. That's what happens when you do too much at once. Okay. Masters of their own destiny. Master of their own domain. I don't know if you, if anyone knows the Costanza reference there. I'm the master of my own domain. George Costanza. There you go. Their advantage in the race is automatic promotion is slim, but Wrexham would surely have settled their current position before walking into the 2024-25 season. Yes, I will storm the pitch, my friend. But he says another article here. It's in our own hands. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I these are all just fillers. We're all just kind of waiting to tell the end of the story. There's a lot to tell there. But we're just waiting to tell the end of the story. And we'll see. Masters of the universe. There you go. I'm excited to see how we're going to tell the end of this story. What's going on, Matt Al? I'm excited to see how we're going to tell the end of this story. Will it be stressful? Absolutely. Has everything gone according to plan? Probably not. But the only plan, and that's why I go back to the original here, Parkinson wants the historic promotion. For all the gaff he gets, all the shit he gets, myself included sometimes, but we never waver on, supporting him. But I'm so excited to see how this is going to end. I think this is the best story in sports that's, sitting on the side in the US in Los Angeles. It's the best story in sports that really everyone's talking about and nobody's talking about. And if we do this, if we have the ability to do this, ring the bell. It's incredible, but it's still all to do. And the yesterday's show was it ain't over. It's not over, but we have the capabilities to do it. Parkinson, it would be the crowning achievement of his career, coming back. Sometimes you need to take the fall to go up. Maybe the Sunderland thing, what happened with him in Sunderland and Bolton. Maybe that's why it was meant to be this. It was meant to be tell this Wrexham story. And he wants it. I know publicly he's just, going through I hate to say the motions, but he's trying to temper the expectations, but he wants this. Rob wants it. Ryan wants it. Everyone in Wrexham wants it, and we're waiting for it to be Wrexed up. And it's tough to enjoy the ride while you're in it. But you got to take those little moments where you just bask in the sun for 2 seconds and enjoy it. And then at the end, we'll really enjoy it if we go that route. So, I'm nervous and excited to see this. And if I could see it in person, it'd be even better. And especially if we can share it with all this fantastic community. So Kelly Davison is also in the house. What's going on? It's so stressful. I have to believe that at least the last 2 seasons have given them what they I have to believe that the last 2 seasons have given them what they need to do it a third time. I agree. And that's the experience Kelly. The experience that the team has been built for. Now, that said, Kelly, our team has turned over a lot. It's not the same players. So that mentality, has it bled into the rest of the team? Maybe, to a Matty James, to a Longman, to to a Smitty, for lack of a better word, those guys aren't winners yet. They haven't gone through promotion. So you got to rely on a Macca. You got to rely on an AO. You got to rely on an O'Connell. You got to rely on who else is there? Some guy Fletch coming off the bench, for their experience, and that's huge. But we are at a point in the season right now. We're going to keep chipping away at it. That is unprecedented, and if this happens, it's the best story. It goes back to The Last Dance for me. It really does. If you haven't seen The Last Dance, go and check that out. The documentary on the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. So this isn't The Last Dance, but it has that type of feel. It really does. And Parkinson, he wants this. He wants this. Everyone wants this. I want it to happen so bad. I just hope it's a good story to tell and not the Aaron, what are you doing, man? What's going on? I shouldn't even brought that out. Marcus B, what's going on, brother? So pumped to watch and play it out on Friday. Absolutely. By the way, live watch along Friday, game day build-up show, live watch along, Extra Time call-in show, and then Wrexham reaction. As we know, I'm going to put it this way. We like to give you the best experience from bang to buck for game day experience. Now, great watch along too. Red Horde does a great job with his watch alongs too. Got to respect the fact that we're here, wake up every day, put the work out, and wake up for live watch alongs too on the Red Horde, and it's good work. So, bounce back and forth, come back and forth if you want. It's really good. But game day build up, live watch along, and then Extra Time and Wrexham reaction too. But we have a really great Wrexham community that is doing all of this and watching it happen. And if we can sometimes merge that together, it's great. But yeah, we understand that there's only so much you can do to watch everybody at one time. I'm keen to see how mystery predictions you wrote on the back of your card. Wayne, where is it? Right here. It's right here. I haven't left it. Has not left. It's not, I'm reading it now. I wrote it on Monday, September 9th, 2024 at 5:19 p.m. There it is. Wayne, you remembered. God, Wayne's a good dude, man. Wayne, maybe I'll come down to see you in Australia if we do that. We do the tour down there. It would make Parkinson. It would make his career for sure. Kelly Davidson. What happened to 12:30? Esteban, sorry, dude. I had to move it up a bit. I got to go first. I got to go check on the mom cat that we're trying to rescue and the dad. So I had to move things up, and also got a couple of things happen. But there you go. Thanks, Esteban. Good dude yesterday. Talking to him about the kitties. Okay. Not getting rid of Parky, just signed an extension with the intention of moving up. Anyway, I agree with that. And what else did I miss here? Is there something I miss here? Matt Al says he's going to piss on his own sheets when he goes up. No, that's not what he said. It's going to be a piss wet day, been spoiled by nice weather. Hey, welcome to Wrexham. There you go, Matt Al. I don't know what that has to do with what we're doing. Today I watched the Notts County match where the Fozzie's blocked penalty made me cry again. Barton, absolutely lovely. Gotta wait to show it. I didn't do it. And Webby's in the house. Hey, what happened on the weekend, brother? And congrats to you, my friend, for going and getting promoted. But you guys took a, you guys were the guys took a dump on the weekend. How are the kittens? Leo is calling me again. 1 second. Here we go. Hey, I'm live on a show. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I'll call you in 5 minutes. Bye. There you go. Call me 3 times. Call him right back. We'll send pictures. Okay. As of now, Ken is leading the lettuce of the year over 32,000 votes. I don't know if that's true. And glad you mentioned Friday. I would have missed it thinking again match on Saturday. Yeah, Ruth H. Friday, 7 o'clock show. Good Friday, that is. Good Friday. Game day build up. Ken and the boys, I think, will be there. And then obviously the live watch along. And then Monday we'll do that too. And Easter Sunday. But I think this is let me just it was a great day. Thanks for the match. You're welcome. I think this is a really this is not what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to bring this up just as I sit here thinking about it. This could be the turning point weekend for sure at this stage of the season. Obviously, I mean that's more of a dumb statement than anything else. But this is the turning point of the. Why is this not on what I need to do? This is the turning point. Let's concentrate. This is the turning point of the season right now. It could shift right now overnight, basically, on how we feel about like, okay, the numbers are going to line up. We just got to go get our job done. This is a big weekend. This is it kind of makes you feel about when we were at the when we were like during the holiday period, Christmas time, the 26th, and they play the 29th. It could shift on a dime right now. So keep an eye on it. Stay focused. We'll do this. We'll be here. We'll walk through it. Hey, if we need to do it together and we need to mourn or we need to congratulate each other, we'll do it together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be stressful, but it's going to be fun. I believe this weekend will be that telltale, like, shit, that was the game. That was the game. The Wigan game, not so much. The Wigan game was a tough watch. Trust me. I watched every second of it too. Matthew, what's going on, brother? Yes, if you look at the Parkies, I think it's Parkies, past championship showings, the stats don't look great. But if you look at the wages of the teams who he's managing, yes, they were at the bottom. Totally different there. Totally different, my friend. Good to have you in, Matthew Hings. And I hope we're coming from back surgery, Michael Wolf. Watching Welcome Wrexham, Ted Lasso, Game of Thrones. Got a little TFP in the mix. Michael Wolf, please recover well. If you need anything, please let us know. We're here for you to comment and chat and take care of it on our end of things, whatever we can do, my friend. Happy to have you in, my friend. Why are this week's games on Friday, not Saturday again? It's the holiday weekend, maybe that's why. And Sea Lord Bravo says, I'm about 30 minutes late getting here. Greetings from the Wrexham fan outpost of Vancouver, BC. Praying for good things next game. Yes, Sea Lord, good to have you in. And I'll get us out of here soon. I know people probably going to watch the Champions League games. I know that the sponsorships and partners would pour in getting us to the next level. Yeah, they're going to pour in for sure. They're definitely going to pour in. Havocations in here too. Matt, 2 wins, 2 draws, and I think it'll get us over the line. Yes. Good Friday music. There you go. 2 wins, 2 draws. Do you think it'll do it? I think it will too. Okay. All right, let's get everyone out of here. Back to their daily programming. I appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow at noon, I'll be dropping the interview, the first part of the interview with Brian Swarberg from More Better Productions and producer of Welcome to Wrexham. That's a good 30 minutes. Then we have another. We have 3 30-minute segments. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Really going to enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things. My favorite things I've done on the Local Pundit to share with all of you. I think you're really going to enjoy his insight, his look at how on his side of things. And we touch on everything. We really do. We do a full gamut of everything. It's really good. Not that I'm patting ourselves on the back, but I think you all really enjoyed it. Steve Barton gifted another 5 Local Pundit Wrexham AFC podcast memberships. Thank you very much. Okay. Please smash that like button. Share. Should I just say it right now? Can we get to 3,000 by the end of the season? Can we? I don't know. Maybe we can. I don't know. Let's try. Why not? We'll put it out there too. Let's put it out there. Jesus. Matt Al, what the dude? Jesus H. Sea Lord says, I love this community. We love you too. Smash that like button, subscribe to the Local Pundit and the Global Pundit. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.